So, would it bother you to see your therapist blowing up on TikTok? Because according to Bustle, the stars of Therapy Talk pull in similar numbers to influencers who found mainstream fame on the app. And that has some questioning their real motives. So, would you be okay with this?
Okay, wait a minute. I'm confused by this biz, because that girl looked like she wasn't old enough to be a therapist. Yeah, agreed. Anyways, my therapist, I've had the same therapist for over 15 years. And if suddenly she was like, I'm going on TikTok, I would be a bit surprised. I would be like, that's a little off-brand for you. But the more I think about it, I actually would be okay with it. Oh. She gives me an incredible advice, incredible life guidance. She's given me breath exercise. I mean, I could go on and on. And if she wanted to share that with the world for free, I think that's better for everyone, right?
Yeah. I guess that's the question. The question I would have is, it might seem for free for the users, which actually social media is a great resource for a lot of people. But the whole point for a lot of people being an influencer and going viral is when you build up those numbers, you automatically often will monetize your account, and then you start to do brand deals and sponsorships. So at what point does the free advice turn into biased advice because you happen to be in a deal with a certain company? Then I'm gonna ask questions.
Do you know what bothers me more than that? It's also sort of assuming, okay, your therapist is altruistic, they're giving away therapy for free, but they're also giving away sort of one-size-fits-all therapy. And that kind of concerns me, because I think therapy is more of a, I hope it is a one-on-one. What's gonna help me might not help you.
But then you make my point, because I kind of like it, because people say, oh, go into therapy. Therapy's so good for you. But how do you find the right therapist for yourself? It's very challenging. I found a therapist, but it took a long time, and I had to test out a bunch of different people. So if that person can post themselves on TikTok, and I can watch and see their style, their tips, and also go through the comments to see what people are saying about their style of therapy, that's actually helpful to a lot of people who don't know where to go, where to find that great therapist. But you do make a good point. It can become a tricky thing, but how do you find a good therapist?
Yeah, I mean, it's true.
You gotta kiss some frogs. You gotta kiss some frogs.
How do you find them?
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
TikTok.
I mean, I don't know, we've talked on the show a number of times about Esther Perel. She's a New York couples therapist. She has her own masterclass now. She has several New York Times bestselling books. She has a TikTok account and an Instagram account. And
Great
I
podcast.
love her, an incredible podcast. So yes, she's monetizing. She's not peddling like, I don't know, soup. Like, she's not trying to sell you something that doesn't make sense with her brand. So to me, it doesn't bother me. And I'll say, like, for the nuance part, like, to me, what's so great about her is she's looking at couples in the nuance, in the fact that they all come from a different background. So I don't know. I think.
Oh, wait, I have a question for you.
Yes.
So you're listening to her on TikTok one day, and she says, so I have this client.
Yes.
And she came to me with this issue.
Yeah.
And
Well, wait
a
a minute.
No. My sister's a therapist now too, so I would say that any good therapist, first of all, not all therapists are created equal. Can we just put that out there right away? Okay. Not all therapists are created equal. Secondly, a good therapist, and I think actually this is even a legal thing, you would have to check in with your client first.
I mean, she's not going to name you, but what if she talks about your case?
They still have to check in with you.
Oh, really?
They don't name you. 100%.
Okay, that's good.
I think that'd be a red flag if the therapist is like, let me tell you the story about my last client. I'd be like, thank you for letting me know on TikTok that you're not the therapist for me.
Hey there, what did you think? Drop your comments below and join the conversation. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you can find more on everything from food and fashion to pop culture and current events. See you soon.